they just want to see results quickly. And that's something that I would say about all of the signs that I picked. They like instant gratification. They want things to happen quickly and come like easily.
And they're used
to it.
But like no one ever, even people that are 90, have experienced everything in this lifetime. So for you to think that because in the past this has happened for me, that therefore everything in the future must also happen within this timeline, that is very foolish of you to assume that. And I feel like they get frustrated because shit doesn't work out the way it used to. Well, guess what? Nothing is, you know, nothing is given in this life with like absolute certainty. Like shit can happen however it wants to happen. And just because it played out that way doesn't mean it's going to play out this way in the future. And I feel like these signs, they get very, very angry, the signs that we picked. They get angry when it doesn't happen like it used to in the past.
Yeah.
Stop using the past as a reference for the future. You know? Like, it's just not how life works.
What's good, y'all? Welcome to our channel. I'm Maya.
And Sarah.
And we are charmed and dangerous.
Because, you know, we're charming.
Oh, and we be dangerous.
We be dangerous.
And today we got a cute little video for you talking about the top 3 most impatient signs. So let's just get into it.
Let's do it, because I'm waiting.
Right. Okay, so who'd you pick?
Okay, so the first sign that I picked, it's perfect because it is the first sign of the zodiac, Aries. I mean, they were impatient enough to want to be the first sign, so of course we're gonna you know, Aries is known to be the baby of the zodiac, and not just like a baby, but they really are the first sign of the zodiac.
Yeah.
So I feel like they are known to be impatient just for that reason as well. They want to be the first to do anything. They want to be known to be the initiator. They're cardinal fire, so they're obviously very excited because they're a fire sign, and being cardinal, you know, you initiate things when you're a cardinal sign. I feel like Aries, they take pride in being the first to do something.
Yes.
And if something isn't falling through fast enough, they're impatient because they feel like, well, this is what I'm known for. I want to be known for this. And if I have to wait to make it happen, it takes away the essence of who I am.
1000%.
So they get pretty angry. That's where that Mars energy comes through as well. They're angry, which leads them to being impatient.
Yeah.
Because they want to release this emotion, this anger.
I feel like too, you know, them being ruled by Mars, they're the planet of action, right?
Yeah.
So they're always trying to be the first one to do it. The first of the zodiac, ruled by Mars, they're always trying to be the first to show up. And like you said, they're upset if they're not the first one to do it.
Yeah.
Another reason why I say that Aries is one of the most impatient signs, if not the most impatient sign, is because obviously they have very strong opinions, and when someone challenges it, they get very impatient, and they're like, well, what do you mean you don't understand my point of view? You know? And they start getting very easily frustrated with you.
Yeah. They can be very, very pushy. You know what I mean? They almost want to force their timeline on you. Because they also think of themselves as the leader, and I feel like the leader is known to be the person that gets shit done. You know what I mean? When you're leading, everyone is looking to you. Like, well, okay, what are we doing, boss? You know what I mean? Like, how's it going today?
Yeah.
You know? And if you feel like you don't have it together, or you don't know, you know, how you want to move, you almost get a little bit frustrated with yourself because, you know, people are looking towards you for direction. And I feel like that's also another thing that their impatience stems from, because they want to show up for people. And if they don't have everything they need in order to make that happen, they almost get very, very snappy with the people that are around them, because they feel like they're holding them back, or the situation is holding them back. Because newsflash, Aries, sometimes it's literally no one's fault. Like, that's just how the world works. Sometimes you have to wait. Sometimes literally no one can give this to you at this moment, but they almost let their anger take over and they find people to blame, and it's like, really, it's no one's fault.
Yeah.
You know? Time is something that we don't have control over.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want something done faster, and maybe we'll work faster to make it happen, but time is an illusion, you know?
For sure.
It'll happen when it happens.
And their restless energy,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like, restlessness to me is being impatient.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Because it's like, you can't sit there and just wait for it to come to you, you know? And that's also frustrating for Aries because it's not like they're willing to put in the work, you know what I mean? They just want to see results quickly. And that's something that I would say about all of the signs that I picked. They like instant gratification. They want things to happen quickly and come like easily.
And they're used
to it.
But like no one ever, even people that are 90, have experienced everything in this lifetime. So for you to think that because in the past this has happened for me, that therefore everything in the future must also happen within this timeline, that is very foolish of you to assume that. And I feel like they get frustrated because shit doesn't work out the way it used to. Well, guess what? Nothing is, nothing is given in this life with like absolute certainty. Like shit can happen however it wants to happen. And just because it played out that way doesn't mean it's going to play out this way in the future. And I feel like these signs, they get very, very angry, the signs that we picked. They get angry when it doesn't happen like it used to in the past.
Yeah.
Stop using the past as a reference for the future. Like it's just not how life works.
The next sign I want to talk about is Sagittarius.
Oh yeah.
And I picked us as being one of the most impatient signs. Because kind of like we were talking about earlier, like we expect things to come easily to us. I was literally just talking to Sarah offline how I normally am a very lucky person, and the last like week and a half I've been feeling unlucky and it's been not great for me.
Yeah.
And that has caused me to become impatient and frustrated, and other people feel that energy.
Yeah.
And that's when they get like irritated with us because they see how easily irritated we are by the situations too. And I feel like Sagittarius expects things to come easily to them because they're ruled by Jupiter, right? The planet of abundance and literally good luck. That doesn't mean that these things are always going to come to you. And I feel like Sagittarius banks on that a lot. And like they don't come in prepared like Aries sometimes. They just fucking wing it,
Yeah.
And then they get upset and impatient when things don't always work out when you didn't even plan.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. I feel like Sag, has this, little goddess of luck on their shoulder. And when like shit starts not going in their favor, or when it starts taking too long, they're like, well, why aren't you working? I felt like,
what's happening here?
I thought you were like, you were a team. I thought whenever I wanted luck, it would just happen. You know what I mean? Luck of the Irish,
Damn near.
And at the end of the day, that's not how life works. Like, granted, you have luck on your side, but like I said previously, time is something that we have no control over. And I feel like Sag's optimism, they kind of think that they can manipulate time because of their optimism.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you could be optimistic all you want, baby. If the world wants you to wait, you're gonna wait. You know what I mean? You can be optimistic and get a really good result, but that doesn't mean that result is going to come to you fast enough because you're impatient.
In the time that you want.
And I feel like sometimes Sagittarius just expect the absolute best and the world hands them nothing. And then they think like, oh wow, so you're just going to give me nothing, and they start going crazy like da 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 da.
Yeah.
And then the world gives you what you want and you guys feel stupid because you're like, damn it, if I would have just waited, I would have realized why I had to wait. But I feel like in that moment of waiting, you guys' ugly side comes out.
No, we get emo.
And Sag is such an optimistic and happy, resourceful, abundant sign. I think when I experience Sages at their lowest is when they're being impatient, they're waiting for something, even though the thing they're waiting for, like, everyone around you can tell that you're gonna get it soon, but like you are showing a really, really dark side of you because it almost gives an air of like entitlement.
Yeah, and
like even though other people have waited maybe even longer than you're long.
Yes.
But like you guys will actually be really, really angry and vengeful towards the world. And I feel like that's sometimes when the world teaches you a lesson. It's like, you're gonna get a baby, but now I'm gonna make you wait. To teach you a lesson, you know what I mean, about time.
Yeah.
And why, having patience will actually ultimately help you in the future. Because even though you're waiting for this one thing, doesn't mean that you have to, not focus on any other aspect of your life. And I feel like sometimes Sagittarius get obsessed with waiting for that one thing.
Yeah.
Instead of just enjoying other aspects of their life while that one thing is in the works.
Yeah.
And it's gonna happen soon.
Right. Like, don't think about it.
Exactly.
You've already put in like...
But you guys get obsessed with thinking about it.
Because it's not happening fast enough.
Exactly. And you guys are used to a certain timing.
Yes. The other reason why I picked Sag, we are always obviously trying to like explore life, right? And if something or someone is standing in the way of that, we become extremely impatient and just leave, right? And I feel like that's another time that I see Sagittarius being really impatient and like intolerant in times two.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, absolutely.
And it's funny because we can share the optimism with other people. It's like, oh, you're gonna get it soon, don't
Yeah.
even worry. But when it's on us, like, it's all doom and gloom. Like,
Yeah.
it's never happening. Fuck my life. Like, it's so true though. I know I'm being terrible
It's
when I get in that
Sag
space.
needs to learn something from Capricorn, you know? Father Time, Saturn, best things come with time, baby.
Yeah.
Sit on it.
Yeah.
You gonna get the best when you wait. A quick little fuck ain't gonna give you much.
No.
Okay, so for my final person, I picked Gemini, my moon sign. We picked Gemini, and truly, as a Gemini moon, I think as Geminis, especially Gemini placements, you know, when you have the fast-paced version of Mercury on your side, you almost get mad when you can't figure something out. Like, what do you mean? My brain works harder than everybody else's in this room. If I can't figure this out, if I cannot find out why I can't have this fast enough, if I can't find who I need to talk to get this fast enough, there's something wrong with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Gemini has one of, if not the fastest moving brain and analytical skills on, you know, in the entire zodiac. Like, I truly can say that. Even though Virgo is very analytical, Gemini does it the fastest.
So quick.
And I feel like with that comes this, you know, ability to hold ourselves in a very, very high standard when it comes to things happening fast enough for us. Because Geminis are very resourceful. That's why they have all these connections. They can network with anybody. They have all these hobbies, which means they know people from every single literal area of life. Exactly. So like when it doesn't happen fast enough, Gemini almost thinks like, I haven't thought enough about this. Because I can fix this, I can get this soon enough, and something's not clicking in my brain.
Right.
Why aren't I doing this? You know, why am I not doing this fast enough?
Yes.
You know?
Gemini is so quick to point out the inefficiencies because they are so good at communicating. You know what I mean? Like, they are very smart, and at the end of the day, they can talk circles around people. So I feel like they get impatient with people because they aren't moving at the pace that they move at. But it's like, Gemini, you have to remember that not everybody can move at that pace.
Yeah.
But because they're always moving so fast, I feel like that's where they really get impatient, and they regularly get impatient with people. Like, I've had multiple Gemini say to me, like, get out of the way, like, I can do this faster kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's something they, even if not all of them have said that, they all think that, like, I could do this faster than you, and I could do it more efficient than you, you know?
Absolutely. Fact of the matter is, Gemini can scan a room and see who would be the most useful for whatever it is that they need. And that is how they are able to do things so quickly. So like I said, when it's not happening fast enough, they feel like they're not using their resources to the best of their ability.
Yeah.
And they're used to a faster lifestyle when it comes to dealing with their emotions, when it comes to getting over people, when it comes to making friends, when it comes to changing hobbies, when it comes to changing careers, when it comes to moving. They can typically do things faster than anybody and be comfortable in that pace. And that is why they're one of the most impatient signs, because they're moving faster than everybody around them. Like you said, running laps around everybody around them. So at the end of the day, when you're comparing Gemini's pace to everybody else, Gemini can't help but feel like everything in life is slow.
Numbers. Literally. I also want to say, I feel like obviously Gemini is the fastest moving, but all of these signs move ridiculously fast, and their inability to slow down makes them miss small details, and that's what makes people be impatient with these signs.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
You don't read the cues.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when you're able to slow down, you can notice things that would make the process more efficient. Although you guys are all doing a great job with all the skills that you're working with, at the end of the day, you can do a better job if you were to talk to a few people that are good at different things than you. But because you look over those people because they're not moving at the pace that you're moving, you overlook their abilities. And at the end of the day, as a community, we do better work than one person. I truly believe that. You just need to find the right people that you trust and that their input means something to you, because then it gives you something that's worthwhile when it comes to you slowing down.
Yeah.
You are willing to slow down for them to hear what they have to say, because you know what they say is something that you wouldn't have known before. Because they bring a different level of knowledge into your relationship. You know, you just need to find people that you actually look up to and that they look up to you for different reasons.
Yeah, totally. The last thing that I realized I didn't say at all, but is really important for all of these signs as well, and what adds to their impatientness, is that they get bored so easily. Like, their attention span for all of these signs are like,
over it. Which makes me think deeper.
Yeah.
All of you, think deeper. Although you are bored, you're bored because you've only reached a certain level. If you were to dig a little deeper, you would unlock a different level in that thing and learn more about it. But you almost like tap out and you're like, nothing more to learn. Why not? You're bored? That's because you literally have finished everything there is to know about this level. Doesn't mean there's more.
You got a quick summary of it. That doesn't mean you know everything about the subject.
Well, I feel like sometimes quantity matters more to them than quality.
Yeah.
Because quantity means newer things. Quality means more of this one thing.
And newer experiences. All of them want newer experiences. Like we're saying, they get bored, so they want a new shiny thing to look at and to pick up and to experience for the first time. All of them.
Yeah. Well, guess what? When you look at something from a new angle, you're experiencing it for the first time. You just need to remember that. Yeah, but don't change who you are. That's not what we're saying. We love that you're able to put different hats on.
Hell yeah.
But if you catch yourself getting bored too easily and too quickly and being too impatient, maybe it's because, you know, there's a block there and you tell yourself that you don't want to get deeper.
Yeah, or easily getting impatient and frustrated with other people. Like, maybe you're getting this way because, like you said, you're not going deep enough and you need to challenge yourself to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, look back at yourself rather than being like, oh my god, they're stupid, why don't they understand me? Like, maybe you're, I hate to say it, maybe you're being the dumb one. Are you trying to understand them? Yeah. Because again, all of these signs are moving so quickly, they don't always stop to think about it in that sense. You know, they're just like, I'm moving, I'm acting, I want it now. Yeah.
Alright people, thank you for kicking it with your girls while we discussed the top 3 most impatient signs. If you agreed with the signs that we picked, comment down below. If you want to add another one in there, comment down below and say who, because we would love to hear it. Thank you again for just coming here and loving our content. If you've been a long-time subscriber, we appreciate you. If you're new here, welcome to the squad. We're gonna link our socials somewhere over here. Don't forget that we post every Monday and Thursday unless there is a mental health break, and our podcast goes live every Friday. We love y'all so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.